Hey everybody, it's Glenn, back in this video with DARTH MAUL from the Star Wars Elite series, which is that Disney Store exclusive die-cast 7-inch-ish scale line of action figures. You can pause now to read the mission statement of the line on the back of the packaging, and pause again to read Darth Maul's bio. He is, in my opinion, the only redeeming feature of the Phantom Menace, made worse by the fact that he's barely in it. Here in the UK, these will set you back £18.95, that's €24.90 if you're on the continent. Now, the initial slew of Elite Series action figures released were all from The Force Awakens, and since then the Disney Store have been releasing a new Elite bi-weekly with each character representing a Star Wars episode. So Darth Maul was first out of the gate representing Phantom Menace, of course, yet regular viewers may remember out of excitement I skipped Maul and Anakin from Attack of the Clones to look at General Grievous from Revenge of the Sith. Yet at least two of you want to see me review Darth Maul. And while it's an understatement to say Grievous didn't quite meet my expectations, being a bit, well actually a lot rubbish. But in the infamous words of Yaz and the Plastic Population, the only way is up, baby. And yeah, now having him out of package, I'm a lot happier with him. I don't feel the urge to tie him to a brick and launch him through the Disney Store window as I did with Grievous. But is he perfect? No. Because those ugly screw holes in the back. I mean, I guess we just have to accept that these are a fact of this line. Plus mine has a chip to the paintwork on the back, revealing the die-cast metal underneath, and sure, I'm gonna spend more time looking at the front than the back, but still, you know. Now, you remember when I compared the Elite Series Kylo Ren on the right of the screen here to Hasbro's Black Series Kylo Ren on the left, and we learned that the size difference between these two lines is similar to that we Marvel collectors are familiar with the 6-inch scale Marvel Legends and the 7-inch scale Marvel Select. Well, now it's time for the Darth Maul Elite Series seen on the left of the screen here to go toe-to-toe and nose-to-nose with his Hasbro Black Series counterpart seen on the right of the screen. And in this instance, the size difference between the two is a lot less noticeable. When Hasbro first announced their 6-inch scale Star Wars Black Series, I got excited that I'd have something that would fit alongside Marvel Legends, but it turned out that the Black Series just came up a little too short. Well, now at least with this Darth Maul Elite, I get my wish of having Star Wars and Marvel Legends in the form of this Spider-Man standing shoulder to shoulder and not standing shoulder to bicep as the Hasbro Black Series does. Actually, let's break out the measuring tape to see just exactly how tall the Elite Darth Maul stands. Yeah, about 6¼ inches. So yeah, shoulder to shoulder with that Spider-Man, but as I bring in the Elite Series Kylo Ren and his shoulder to the tip of his horn with that action figure, it's hard to believe the two are from the same line. And I think Ray Park is actually quite a short guy, but this short, it just makes no sense unless that is Kylo Ren is being played by the WWE's Big Show. But back to a comparison with the Black Series one, and I just think those screw holes are going to be insurmountable to some people, but if you can look beyond them, and I'd say in a vanilla pose like this, the Elite Series Darth Maul has much more of a realistic poise and posture to it. However, I do think they went too grey with his robes. I understand they were probably trying to create more of a contrast between the colour of his robes and that of his gloves, boots and belt. Yet I prefer the subtlety of the contrast of the Black Series one, where the robes are black, yet the contrast comes in the flatness of those robes to the glossiness of the gloves, boots and belt. Now taking a closer look at the head sculpts, and they're both a bit lacking, just in different ways. The Elite one on the left is a bit lifeless in its lack of expression, whereas Hasbro with their Black Series one on the right of the screen have gone for more of an expressive face sculpt. I'm not sure they've really pulled the expression off though. I just see a little something too cartoony about it, like it reminds me more of his appearance in the Clone Wars animated series and less of his screen appearance in the Phantom Menace. As per the other Elite action figures, he comes with the same Star Wars display base complete with a peg into which his right foot fits in. into. Here is his lightsaber accessory, a single lightsaber as per his initial confrontation with Qui-Gon Jinn on Tatooine. Plus he comes with a second lightsaber, but really this is to connect to the first one to form Darth Maul's infamous double-ended lightsaber. Disappointingly, the blades of Grievous's lightsabers were painted, but here they are translucent plastic as per the Black Series one. But much like the Elite figure itself, the Elite figure's lightsaber is longer than the Black Series one, and actually I prefer it. I like the uniform, slim elegance it has. It leaves the Black Series one looking a bit fat and stumpy. The Elite Series Kylo Ren's lightsaber ended up being a disappointingly loose fit in his hand, but here with Darth Maul it's a very tight fit. In fact, I really had to wrestle the first half of the lightsaber into his grip and then place the second half on. And there, posed like that, he looks pretty darn cool, and are you as surprised as I was to find he has an ankle rocker pivot? Which makes for an ideal time to discuss his articulation. So his head rotates side to side, although when you rotate it side to side it does tilt upwards, and then there is the tiniest bit of movement up and down of his head. Then at the shoulder his arm does rotate, but I don't know if you can make this out. For the brief time I've articulated it, you can see it's already chipped the paint there, revealing the metal underneath. Then the elbow is effectively single jointed, bringing the lower arm to about a 45-degree angle to the upper arm, and then there's rotation at the wrist. Then waist rotation, and then his skirt is made of a flexible vinyl which is split so you can articulate his leg out this far at the hip and then this far forward, but then not really back. There's a single jointed knee, and then at the ankle his feet are hinged, moving backwards and forwards, and they have that ankle rocker pivot that I love. I don't know if going forward other elites will have this articulation, or if this is just for Darth Maul, him being a particularly acrobatic character. And taking advantage of that ankle pivot, this is him standing at his widest stance possible, still with both feet flat on the floor, and this came as a huge surprise to me. Yet overall it's still not as posable as Hasbro's Black Series Darth Maul. To check out the super poseability of that one, click this video, plus you get a gawk at the Black Series Darth Vader too. Bargain! So now I've looked at enough of these Disney Store Elite Series action figures to know the limits of the line, and I think if you're a mint-in-package collector, they display great. Or if you're the kind of collector who just wants something you can plonk on the shelf in a vanilla pose, it's just fine. However, anything more than that and you'll have to cough up more than the £18.95 the Elite one costs to track down the Black Series one on eBay, or even the SH Figure Arts import. Anyway, click this video if you missed my review of the Elite Series General Grievous, and now catching up with some correspondence from that video. No, I haven't. I mean, they do look great, but I really don't want to fall down the financial rabbit hole of collecting expensive imports. Yep, that Anakin looked pretty bad, so frankly anything else would have been an improvement. Yet in a few weeks Disney Store are releasing an Elite Boba Fett, so maybe they felt Django would have been stealing his thunder? Yep, you'll be seeing some very soon. Just how many depends on just how good the movie is. I mean, I'm super excited for The Force Awakens, but I'm currently reining it in as I've been around the toy block long enough to have gone hard and heavy in collecting Episode 1 toys prior to seeing that movie, and we all know how that turned out. Anyway, I hope to see you all in my next video. Bye.